Good morning and welcome to the 2018 Kutztown University Faculty and Staff Convocation and Celebration. The anticipation and excitement of a new academic year is upon us. For our new students, they will start a journey on some of the most transformative years of their lives. I would like to draw your attention to the screen to share the excitement of one of those outstanding students, the recipient of an Enlightened Leaders Scholarship, who will begin her journey at Kutztown University this weekend.
We're excited to present Nessa Cartagena, a Liberty High School senior, the Enlightened Leaders Scholarship. Nessa will be joining us at Kutztown University in the fall of 2018. The Enlightened Leaders Scholarship is a scholarship that covers tuition, room and board, as well as incidentals such as books. Nessa received the award because of her academic achievement and her commitment to community service. Nessa will, as a part of the scholarship, commit to doing 20 hours of community service each semester working with special needs youth. Congratulations.
Thank you. My first thoughts when I had been granted the scholarship, I was just overcome with joy, and it's just amazing. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm really grateful and really lucky. I'm the first one to go to college in my family, so my mom is, extremely excited for me and happy for me, and it also takes off the burden, on her for helping me pay for college.
We're really pleased to welcome Nessa to the College of Business at Kutztown University. She brings such a positive energy and a great intelligence, and she will be a great addition to our community. Nessa is interested in studying personal financial planning, which is a very strong program we have in the College of Business. She wants to help other women in particular with their financial planning needs.
It's good to be golden.
Please welcome this morning's Master of Ceremonies, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ann Zayitz.
Good morning. It is truly rewarding to witness Nessa's excitement over her decision this past spring to attend Kutztown University, and we look forward to welcoming her and nearly 1,700 new freshmen with the same dreams and aspirations in the days ahead. This morning's program gives us a chance to usher in the new academic year as we celebrate all of our achievements and recognize many of our award-winning faculty and staff members. Our program will close with President Hawkinson's State of the University address, where he will share accomplishments as well as challenges we will be facing in the coming year. Let's begin our program by introducing several of our campus leaders. When I call your name, please stand, and please hold your applause until all the names are read. First, representatives from our Council of Trustees, Mr. Tom Heck, Council Chair, Dr. Jolynn Haney, Council Secretary, and Mr. Robert Grimm. Also joining us this morning, the wife of Dr. Hawkinson, Miss Anne Marie Hayes Hawkinson. Thank you all for being here and for your support. Joining us from the Alumni Board Executive Committee, please welcome Daniel Price, President. And would all Kutztown University alumni who are here this morning please stand? I would also like to recognize members of the President's Cabinet and the academic deans. Please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. From Cabinet, Mr. Jerry Silberman, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Dr. Warren Hilton, Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs. Mr. Matt Santos, Vice President for University Relations and Athletics. Mr. Alex Ojika, Executive Director of the Kutztown University Foundation. And the deans, Dr. Carol Wells, Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Michelle Kick, Dean, College of Visual and Performing Arts, Dr. Ann Carroll, Dean, College of Business, Dr. John Ward, Dean, College of Education, and Dr. David Bucher, Dean, College of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Thank you all for your service to the university. I would also like to introduce our faculty, staff, and student leaders. You will notice a brief welcome from each of these individuals on the screen as they are introduced. These greetings are also available on the printed program. Serving his first term as president of the Student Government Board, please welcome Mr. Braden Hudak. President of the University Senate, Dr. Andy Arnold. Dr. Tom Stewart, President of the Association of Pennsylvania State College and University Faculties, also known as APSCA. Ray Dunkel, representing the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, also known as AFSCME. Representing the State College and University Professional Association, or SCUPA, Fran Cortez Funk. And Sergeant Barry Althouse and Brandon Kendall, KU's Security Police and Fire Professionals of America, SPFPA representatives. Thank you all for everything you do for our university. Over the past year, we have welcomed many new members to the Kutztown University family. Would all first-time employees please stand so that we can formally welcome you to the university? Thank you. Enhancing our physical facilities to better support the university's academic mission is a key objective of the Kutztown University's strategic plan. Our Assistant Vice President of Facilities is with us this morning to provide a campus facilities update. Please welcome Mr. Terry Brown.
Thank you, Dr. Zayas, and good morning, everybody. Facilities management employees are a team of highly dedicated, motivated, and committed professionals striving to provide the highest level of service in support of the university mission. The task before them is daunting and complex. When classes are in session, the KU population is almost twice that of the borough of Kutztown and slightly exceeds that of Maxatawny Township. In essence, Kutztown University is a small town with all the associated needs and complexities. Facilities employees strive to provide a campus environment that is a safe place to work and is enjoyable for everyone that comes across our campus. We endeavor to leave the university a better place than we received it and pass on a legacy of good stewardship for future generations. I would like to thank Dr. Hawkinson for the opportunity this morning to update you on the efforts of the facilities management team over the past year to maintain and improve our campus. This past year, we've completed in excess of $16.9 million in improvements to the campus. These improvements range from projects as small as a few $100s to Rothenbull Hall, which was over $11 million. The next few slides include many of the maintenance projects that have been completed. And on each slide, I'll highlight just a couple of the bigger ones that we've completed. On this first slide, I would just like to mention things that kind of go unnoticed. One is every year the maintenance department conducts sweeps of the residence halls. We go through every residence hall, every inch, as a preventative maintenance process and try and identify anything that needs to repair and repair those damages prior to the students moving in. We also had an extensive floor care program this year, both on the E&G side and the residence halls. We go through and do a total refurbishing of the floors and then try and make the place really shine and look well for all the faculty and staff and students as they return to our campus. On this slide, I would just highlight one of the major projects we did was in the academic forum in the classrooms. We have replaced all of the card readers and also provided a method for those classrooms to be locked should there be an emergency on campus. We've also taken the opportunity in the summer to recoat the roofs on Sheridan Hall, Johnson Hall, and Lehigh Hall. We've installed a supplemental dehumidification system in Lytle Hall. We've refurbished 2 elevators on campus, one that's located in the Grad Center and the other one is located in Johnson Hall. We've also completed extensive repairs to our steam distribution center. Believe it or not, it will get cold sooner or later. We also finished up a 3rd phase of repairs to the Alumni Plaza fountain. And to make that, there was some masonry work that needed to be done there, and that was completed this summer as well. We converted a classroom in Sheridan, room 209, to a computer classroom, and we also installed a radon mitigation system in the lower level of the graduate center. We also, as many of you know, that were on campus this summer, completed a lot of sidewalk, parking lot, and paving repairs across campus. And I would just say that in addition to all of these maintenance projects, we've also completed many significant deferred maintenance projects, and I'd like to share those with you now at this time. The first, as I previously mentioned, was Rothermel Hall. Rothermel Hall underwent a life cycle renovation, the first since it was built. That included demolishing the entire facility and the interior from exterior wall to exterior wall. Nothing was left standing except the walls and floors. We installed new electric, new plumbing, new HVAC. The exterior facade and the masonry was refurbished and repaired. We installed new windows, a new roof, new elevator addition, and a lobby. We performed numerous ADA and code upgrades to the building, installed new IT networks, new finishes, new restrooms, and renovated student rooms. I have a few pictures here to share with you just to show you what we've accomplished. This first picture shows the main entrance to Rothermel Hall, and the glass tower that you see on the left is the new elevator addition. And the other picture is just the interior of the new lobby that was built in that building. The next pictures are ones of the renovated restrooms and the renovated student rooms. These are tremendously popular with our students, particularly the restrooms. As we renovate these restrooms, we create individual private stalls for the showers and for every fixture in the bathroom, creating a lot more privacy for our students, and they're very well received. We also completed extensive work on Old Main. Old Main is one of the oldest buildings on campus at 125 years plus, and it experiences many of the issues of a building this age. Primarily, we experience water intrusion through masonry joints that need to be repaired. So we took that on this summer. We worked in F Wing, which was the worst of the areas in Old Main. We performed extensive masonry repairs on the facade. We reworked the entire rainwater gutter systems to keep the water from infiltrating the building. Performed downspout repairs, caulking of the lintels, patching and painting the cornice around the building. And we also performed repairs on the interior to 4 classrooms that had previously seen some water infiltration and some damage. Here's a picture kind of showing you the work we did. The picture on the left is showing you can see the difference in color between F-wing and E-wing, which is in the background, and the difference that the restorations have made. And the other picture is of one of the restored classrooms. We performed similar renovations on the original section of Stratton, which was built in the early 1900s, and it was suffering many of the same ills as Old Main. And we did a lot of the same work. Again, we did extensive masonry repairs, caulking of lintels, repairs to the parapet walls, extensive roof work, and we installed new coping caps. Again, here are pictures showing a little bit of before and after. I would just call your attention to the masonry panels there and the difference in the panels from before and after. They were cleaned and treated with a sealer. We also performed work in the MSU, renovating all the restrooms. Many of the restrooms in the MSU were from the original dates of construction. The fixtures were outdated, used, worn. So we took an opportunity to upgrade lighting, install new fixtures, new sinks, countertops, and new finishes, and improve the ADA compliance in those rooms. And again, I have a few pictures here to share with you to show you the new finishes. I think it's been quite an improvement. We also performed work in the Student Recreation Center. The flooring that is in the cardio and free weight area had been in since the building was constructed in 2005. This is a heavy used area and was showing a lot of the wear and tear of the use of that area. So that floor was replaced this summer as well. And again, here's a picture of the finished product. We were working in Rickenbach Learning Center. We renovated 2 rooms to create a computer classroom and a social media or SMASH lab. And we also installed a new HVAC system that supports those 2 rooms as well as room 212. Again, some pictures. On the left, you can see a picture of the social media lab. And on the right is the computer classroom in RLC 29. While we do our best to maintain our facilities, sometimes well beyond their expected life, there comes a time when a full life cycle renovation is required. Every year, Kutztown University submits a list of projects for capital funding to the state to try and accomplish these renovations. Following are some of the projects that are on the near horizon. The first is a life cycle renovation to DeFrancesco. The state has appropriated $15 million towards this project, and Kutztown University has committed $2.5 million. As current status is that the proposals from design professionals have been received by DGS, and the review committee is scheduled to meet next Tuesday to start reviewing proposals. A couple of pictures to show you what the building may look like. This will be further refined during design, but these were concepts from the feasibility study. The first is a conceptual look of the building viewed from Rickenbach Learning Center. This second view is from just a little further away. It's kind of looking from the entrance from lot A2. So we have a lot of work to do there, and that should be ramping up here pretty quickly. We've also submitted and been tentatively approved for funding for a replacement building for Lytle Hall. The state has projected allocation of a little over $17.5 million in the 2020-21 fiscal year. The university has set aside $5.9 million towards the project, and we are currently trying to identify $86,000 that are needed to start the feasibility study for that building. We've also been allocated a little over $6 million by the state to renovate the Poplar House to create a welcome visitor center. That is projected for funding in 2019-2020. And again, I have a few pictures here just to give an idea of what that may look like. This is an overhead shot showing the siding of the building. Obviously, it'd be located on the site where Poplar House is now at Main Street and College Boulevard. This next slide, just the idea of this is to show you the concept of how the addition would tie into the original building. Our goal there is to maintain the original architecture along Old Main and along that street, that historic architectural element. This last view is one looking from the driveway at Sheridan and shows you the view from that angle. So in closing, I'd like to just thank Dr. Hawkinson and his cabinet for their support and funding of these initiatives. But most importantly, I would like to thank the many facilities employees that contribute to the successful completion of these projects. Their positive contribution to the university and the volume of work they complete each year is truly amazing. And I just want to say here, thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you, Terry, and thank you to your staff for everything they do for our campus. The university recently promoted 30 faculty members and granted tenure to 12 faculty members. At this time, we would ask all faculty members in attendance who were recently promoted to associate professor to please stand. Would all faculty members who were recently promoted to full professor please stand? And would all who recently received tenure please stand? Congratulations to all of you. We are excited to once again honor many of the members of the Kutztown University family for their accomplishments over the past year. We ask that the winners come to the stage for acceptance of the award and photos when your name is called. I would like to ask Dr. John Schellenberg to join me on stage to assist with the next presentation. The John P. Schellenberg Award for Teaching and Learning was established by Dr. Schellenberg, Professor Emeritus of the Physical Sciences Department, as well as faculty, alumni, and friends, to recognize an early career faculty member who has demonstrated outstanding work within the mission of the Center for the Enhancement of Teaching. To be eligible for the Schellenberg Award, an individual must have been on the faculty full-time at least 3 years, but not more than 7 years. The recipient is chosen based on the following 3 areas: pedagogy and curriculum innovation, learning technology innovation, assessment and/or research on learning. You will see the names of past award winners on the screen behind me. Some of those winners are also here today. Would all of our past Schellenberg winners please stand so that we can recognize you? Dr. Schellenberg, would you please announce this year's winner?
Good morning. I always like this opportunity to be the community elder. My first meeting of this type was in 1966. And for over 50 years, I've been able to be here and be part of this wonderful day. I want to talk a little bit before I announce the award winner about the history of faculty awards at Kutztown. After my arrival here, we had a new president, Dr. Cyrus Beakey, and he initiated an award that was part of the public school and Pennsylvania State Department of Education tradition. It was called a merit award, and it was very significant. You got one step bump on your salary schedule, which of course would last the rest of your life. So that was a 5% increase in the salary for your year of the award, and of course it would raise your salary for the remainder of your career. My stars, the people who were receiving that award, were Ed Evans from math, Esther Willits from history, and Ernie Faust from English. Of course, they are long deceased, but never leave me as part of my tradition. Then something happened. We got a new president. We no longer became a function of the Department of Education or stood alone because unionization took place. And then there was the collective bargaining agreement that had to be dealt with. So no more merit awards. The next awards were initiated by Dr. Stratton and negotiation with the union, and they were called the Commonwealth Distinguished Faculty Awards. And the certificates actually came from the Pennsylvania Department of Education and were signed by the Secretary of Education. Those awards, again, these were more colleagues of mine, Connie Dent, God bless her soul, John Stoltz, God bless his soul, and George Monroe from the English department. And something else happened, 1983, we were no longer part of the State Department of Education, so no more distinguished faculty awards. We now became a state system of higher education, and then the award was sort of dormant for a while until Dr. McFarland had what he called a teaching initiative. And two things happened with that teaching initiative. One was the establishment of the current award, the Wiesenberger Award, and also the establishment of this center called the Center for the Enhancement of Teaching, of which I was pleased to be the director for 10 years. More recently, of course, when I retired, we were able to establish the award in my name. And more recently, I was very pleased last year to see the non-instructional staff be recognized by an award. And I think that was a great advancement in giving awards. That's my history lesson. The winner, the recipient of this year's award is Dr. George Sirrakos, Department of Secondary Education. Dr. Sirrakos is unable to be with us today. Accepting on his behalf is the Dean of the College of Education, Dr. John Ward.
Thank you, Dr. Schellenberg, and everyone here will be sure to congratulate George when they see him. The Kutztown University Foundation has been raising funds to support the students, faculty, programs, and capital needs of Kutztown University since 1983. Under new leadership and with the addition of several talented new staff members, the foundation has developed exciting plans and endeavors for the future. I would like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, which will be followed by an update from the Executive Director of the KU Foundation, Mr. Alex Ojika.
I'm Demetrius Bennett, and I'm a senior marketing major from Convocation, Pennsylvania. I am the recipient of the Zona Scholarship. The scholarship to me was a huge opportunity for me to get some stress and some finances off my back, because dealing with basketball classes and pretty much the student life, I was always stressing about money and how I'm going to spend time with my friends and then balance that work life, because working at work study, the checks aren't super big money. They're pretty much just gas money and money to get you through the week. And those were coming every 2 weeks. So once I got the scholarship, I had a little bit more financial freedom, and that helped me focus on my studies and do what I had to do to get better grades. Here at Kutztown, I was involved with the basketball team. I was a student representative with the SAC club, and I was a part of the marketing club as well. After graduation, I've been interviewing with different companies, so hopefully I land something in management, sales, or marketing. I like to put my degree to work and actually work with people. I feel like I have a passion for helping people, so if I can incorporate that with work, I feel like I can get the best of both worlds. My Kutztown experience it's been a crazy ride, but if I were to do it all over again, I would do it again the same exact way, because starting out my freshman year, a little bit undecided, not knowing where to go, and then I ended up choosing business because I feel like business is universal. Business will always be around, so that was pretty much my fallback plan. And then as I went through the courses and met professors and met certain peers, they've helped me to pretty much figure out my strong points and my assets, so now I can use those to my advantage when I'm looking for a job. So pretty much land a job somewhere in the marketing field, management. I have a lot of different skills, and I like to put those to use. To the Zellner family, I would love to say thank you. I greatly appreciate the scholarship. It has helped me a lot, and I put it to great use, and I feel like I wouldn't be where I am today graduating this Saturday without it. So I just want to sincerely thank you guys and everything you do for Kutztown University.
Good morning. I would like to thank Dr. Hawkinson and the entire Kutztown University community for allowing me the opportunity to speak this morning about all the great and exciting things that are happening at the Kutztown University Foundation. The video you just saw was produced last May as a thank you to Jim Zellner, class of 1986, and the Zellner family in honor of Jim's late wife, Brenda Zellner, also class of 1986. The Brenda Z. Zellner Endowed Scholarship was established by her family to provide scholarship support to a worthy business or education major. Eligible students who have experienced a loss of a biological or adoptive parent or parents resides in Pennsylvania, be no older than 25, and have a minimum 2.5 GPA will be considered. Thanks to this scholarship and the love and support of Demetrius received from men's basketball coaches Bernie Driscoll and Tom York, Demetrius was able to graduate last May with a degree in business administration. To bring Demetrius' story full circle, I'm happy to report that he recently posted on LinkedIn that he started full-time employment at ADP in Allentown, Pennsylvania. What a great story. The scholarship that the Zellners created allowed Demetrius to follow the dreams of working in business and gave him an opportunity that he may not otherwise have had the opportunity if it wasn't because of the generosity of donors like the Zellners and the love and support of his coaches and teammates. Our goal at the Kutztown University Foundation is to align those passions with our donors to provide resources for our students, our faculty, and staff here at Kutztown University. As many of you know, I have been with the university and the foundation since 2006, and have served in many different roles in my 12 years here at KU. Last November, I became the executive director of the foundation, and I look forward to leading the foundation and making a difference in the lives of Kutztown University students. In my role, it is my pleasure to work with the KU administration, donors, alumni, faculty, staff, students, friends of the university, and the wider community to help Kutztown University continue to provide an outstanding educational experience to all those who desire it. Now I would like to take a few minutes to highlight some of the remarkable things that have happened in the past year and to share with you our objective and key results for the next fiscal year. First, let's look at the numbers from last year. I am happy to report the KU Foundation was able to raise over $3.7 million in gifts and pledges last fiscal year. We had over 6,500 donors make a gift to KU. 3,508 of them were KU alumni, and the average gift was $517. That is an incredible achievement and shows the loyalty of our donors and the passion they have for Kutztown University. I also wanted to highlight our largest gift from the past year was a $500,000 gift from the Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation and the Give Something Back Foundation, who made the donation through their joint venture, the Goals and Assists Foundation of Philadelphia. This gift will provide scholarships for 25 Goals and Assists scholars to attend KU. Time doesn't permit me to highlight all the wonderful support we received last year, but this is just one of the gifts and the growth that have made and will continue to make a lasting impact here at KU. In addition, I want to share with all of you that the Kutztown University Foundation Endowment has grown over $30 million. It is hard to believe we have increased our endowment by the sum of $19 million in a very short time. This is great news, and we continue to work hard to steward and increase the endowment. Lastly, I'm happy to report that the total amount raised by the foundation since our inception, as Dr. Zayats had mentioned in 1983, is now over $80 million. I also wanted to take an opportunity this morning to give our university community the foundation's objective and key results for the upcoming fiscal year. On Wednesday of this week, I have the privilege of working with my staff to lay out 5 objectives and speak on how we're going to achieve those. As you can see by the first slide, our objective number 1 is to raise $5 million in FY19. We're going to be able to raise $5 million as we're going to try to increase the number of Tower Society members. Those are individuals who make gifts of $1,000 or more. The key result to reach this objective, we're also going to develop and execute a comprehensive annual giving plan, which includes crowdfunding and a day of giving here at KU. We will execute faculty and staff and student philanthropy strategies, and you will be hearing from us about that shortly, about these new initiatives. We're also going to execute and manage some strategic major gift proposals, and we're going to be happy to report very shortly of several major gifts that people are going to give to our institution. We're also going to develop updated communications and branding for our All Main Society. As many of you remember, last year we received our largest gift in the history of the institution with a $2.4 million bequest from Joyce Ware. And lastly, we're going to engage the KU campus community, because to be able to reach this goal, we need your help. Objective number 2 is we're going to develop a comprehensive communications plan. We're going to develop and share compelling stories about our students, our faculty, our alumni, and share the priorities and how philanthropy has played a part in each of these stories, much like Demetrius's. Develop strategic and timely communications. We'll make sure that you receive our Alumni Meridian Goal newsletter and other communications from us, and that we are going to educate our constituents about the mission and vision of our great foundation. Objective number 3 is we're going to execute a strategic stewardship plan. We need to continue to thank our donors in a timely fashion. We need to develop key communications for our donors from our president, our provost, our deans, our faculty, our staff, our athletic director, and our coaches. Lastly, we are going to connect donors with those impacted by their philanthropy, our students. Our donors love to hear from our students and hear about their stories, much like Demetrius's and Nessa's. Objective number 4, and I would like to update you on, is our alumni engagement plan. On September 8th, we are launching an alumni attitudinal study, or the alumni survey. This survey will run until October 15th, which is 2 days after homecoming. We want to hear from our alumni. We encourage those of you that are KU alumni to take it and encourage others to take it as well. The alumni relations team will also be communicating with the campus community regarding tracking alumni volunteer and engagement hours. This will allow us to report and thank our alumni who are giving back to KU by coming back to campus to volunteer in the classroom, working with the Career Development Center, and assisting our faculty and staff. Lastly, regarding alumni relations, we will continue to engage our alumni by hosting several or multiple events on and off our campus. Here are just a few from the past year, as you'll see on the screen, which include our Golden Bear Welcome, which welcomes our freshmen to Kutztown, the 1970s reunion, the 50th class reunion, and the Alumni Awards at Alumni Day. I encourage you to check out our website, kuf.org, to see all of our great events. Our last objective, objective number 5, is we have to increase our donor pipeline. The foundation team will be working on a monthly goal of 75 visits, which will allow us to engage over 900 alumni and donors each year. We're going to identify new prospects via wealth screening data and predictive analytics. We hired a student intern from the computer sciences department to assist us with this key result. And we're going to develop effective moves management and systematic portfolio processes. We're looking to continue to update the campus community on how we're doing against our objectives moving forward. Finally, by now, many of you have heard that the Kutztown University Foundation will be investing in a hotel project where the old Campus Inn property was located. We are excited to announce, and I hope you were able to tune in last week as we hosted the groundbreaking ceremony for the 100-room Hampton Inn & Suites property that will not only serve our great institution, but also our community. Based on market studies and financial forecasts, the hotel investments will earn a rate of return significantly in excess of our traditional portfolio, thereby increasing the amount of scholarships and support the foundation can provide to KU. We are looking forward to opening of this great investment in early summer of 2019. Lastly, great things are happening at KU, and it is through the continued involvement and dedication of our loyal donors, alumni, friends, that we can tell the KU story. Whether it is about student achievement, a faculty member who's doing great work, an alum who's accomplished amazing things, or the overall development of the university, telling those stories about KU contributes to the growth of the culture of philanthropy here and throughout the KU community and helps us build student success. You all have my commitment that we will be telling more great KU stories in the days to come. In closing, I would like to say that we have many reasons to be proud. Thank you all for your continued support of the Kutztown University Foundation. Philanthropic investment in Kutztown University makes it possible for students to pursue their dream and attain success. Thank you.
Our next award is the Chambliss Faculty Award. The Chambliss Award was inaugurated in 2004 through a gift from Dr. Carlson R. Chambliss, Professor Emeritus of the Physical Sciences Department. Dr. Chambliss has been extremely generous in creating honors to recognize the success of the Kutztown University family, including the best and the brightest of our students. Every April, we present the Chambliss Academic Achievement Awards to our students for accomplishments in research, art, athletics, and community service. Please direct your attention to the screen for a short video feature on last spring's Chambliss Academic Achievement winners. These awards are for the best of the best. And the day that we award these to our students is one of the greatest days on campus because we get to celebrate their achievements with their families, with their faculty. The students are remarkable. They have done research projects. They have presented that research at regional, national meetings. They are authors, co-authors of publications, and they have broken athletic records.
I worked with Dr. Reed performing high-precision photometry to study exoplanet candidates. We discovered 2 exoplanet candidates, so that was really exciting. I also did some research in Italy studying gravitational microlensing.
My research project looked at traditional plant extracts that are indigenous to Ethiopia. I've been looking at whether or not they have antibacterial properties and have been comparing those properties to antibiotics that are commonly used today.
Being able to achieve what I achieved in pole vault was just trusting my coach and doing what he told me to do workout-wise, but also being just a good athlete by having a schedule, waking up early, eating breakfast, eating healthy, having good sleep habits, and just being a good athlete in general led to being an excellent athlete.
I'm very humbled to receive this award. It's nice to be recognized for this achievement and all my hard work that's paid off, all the long nights observing that I really enjoyed, and I'm grateful for this and I'm excited for the future.
This award is a testimony of my hard work, the hard work of my faculty members, and it is something that I will take with me when I graduate from here.
A recognition of my hard work, and just not just on the track, but within the university, and seeing that the university sees how hard I can work and how I've achieved what I've achieved.
I'm going to be attending Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, starting an astronomy PhD program the fall of 2018.
After Kutztown University, I am looking at going to medical school. There are some programs that I've gotten accepted into, so I'm still deciding what next right now.
Grad school, I plan to go to grad school in the spring to further my education, move away from marine science but towards aquatic ecology so I can work streams, rivers, and lakes and be able to enjoy the environment while I can study it and hopefully help the environment.
We are very, very proud that their families thought to have them come to Kutztown, shared their student with us. We will be sad to see them go at graduation, but we know that they will be out in the world and they will be making Kutztown University proud and continue to do amazing things. Along the same lines, the Chambliss Faculty Award is meant to recognize the very highest achievement in research and scholarship, and can be awarded only once in a person's career. I would like to ask Dr. Chambliss and Dr. Carol Wells, the Selection Committee Chair, to join me on the stage to present this year's awards. You will see the names of past award winners on the screen behind me. Some of those individuals are here today. Would all of our past Chambliss recipients please stand so that we can recognize you? Our first Chambliss recipient from the Department of Physical Sciences is Dr. Phill Reed. Congratulations, Phill. And our second Chambliss recipient from the Department of Art and Art History is Professor Dan Talley. Congratulations, Dan, and Dr. Chambliss, thank you so very much. The Coaches of the Year Awards were established in 1987 to recognize the top coaches of Kutztown University's men's and women's NCAA athletic teams. Members of the KU Athletic Department staff vote upon the nominees to determine the recipients. Past winners of the award are listed on the screen behind me. Would any past winners with us today please stand? To present this year's honors, please welcome Vice President of University Relations and Athletics, Mr. Matt Santos, and Director of Athletics, Mr. Greg Bamberger.
Thank you, Ann. This year's Kutztown University Coaches of the Year led their programs to historic seasons last year. Both on the playing venues and in the classroom, these two coaches have continued to strive for success for their student athletes. The winner of the 2018 Dr. Dennis Roth Men's Coach of the Year Award goes to men's basketball coach Bernie Driscoll. Coach Driscoll led the Golden Bears to their 15th playoff appearance in the last 16 seasons. He is KU's winningest men's basketball coach in the 116-year history of the program. He won his 300th career game last year and guided KU to its third straight 20-win season. This is Coach Driscoll's record 6th Coach of the Year honor in his last 18 years at Kutztown. Congratulations, Coach Driscoll. The winner of the 2018 Dr. Dorothy Moyer Women's Coach of the Year Award goes to women's golf coach Robert Fisher. Coach Fisher and the Golden Bears won the school's first ever conference championship last year, earning KU a prestigious trip to the NCAA championships in Michigan last spring. KU won a school record 7 tournaments as Coach Fisher was recognized by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference as the PSAC Coach of the Year. Coach Fisher is in his 19th year at Kutztown and also is the Golden Bears wrestling coach on the men's side. He wins his 3rd KU Coach of the Year award and 1st in women's golf. Congratulations to Coach Fisher. Thank you.
Our next award, the Kutztown University Employee of the Year, was established in 2017 with the help of Human Resources in response to one of the initiatives set by President Hawkinson. The award recognizes current employees who have served Kutztown University in an exceptional manner by exemplifying outstanding service through his or her work and exhibiting a positive and supportive attitude. This morning, we will be recognizing the winners of the Employee of the Month Award from the past year, and we'll be presenting the KU Employee of the Year Award. For the presentation, please welcome Sharon Pikus, Assistant Vice President of Human Resources.
Thank you, Dr. Zayats, and good morning, everyone. It's my honor to be here today to present to you our Employees of the Month and to announce a new Employee of the Year. I want to give a special thank you to Dr. Hawkinson for bringing this program concept to KU, and to both Dr. Hawkinson and Mrs. Anne-Marie Hayes Hawkinson for their generous sponsorship of this program. I'd also like to quickly recognize the members of the HR Advisory Council. They forfeit eligibility for this program, and I want to thank them for their ongoing service and for the energy and enthusiasm that they bring to the table. Can any council members who are present please stand? I'm going to read the names of our Employees of the Month and ask them to stand to be recognized. If you could hold your applause until all the names are read. Jeanette Forster, Michael Wiesenberger, Jean Consix, Barry Peterson, Annette Chrisman, Tanya Faust, Timothy Flannery, Heather Fraunheiser, Benjamin Trout, Nancy Brindelson, Miguel Nieves Diaz, and Jonay Border. Thank you. Before moving on to announce our new Employee of the Year, I'd like to recognize our inaugural Employee of the Year, Sharon Young. Sharon, can you stand? And now, I am very pleased to present our 2018 Employee of the Year, Coach Tim Flannery.
For more than 2 decades, on opening day, Kutztown University has recognized outstanding faculty through the presentation of the Arthur and Isabel Wiesenberger Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching. You will see the names of past award winners on the screen behind me. Some of those winners are here today. Would all of our past Wiesenberger recipients please stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you all for your dedication and devotion to Kutztown University and the students. The Wiesenberger Award is sponsored by the Kutztown University Alumni Association under the direction of the KU Foundation and Alumni Relations. I would like to invite Mr. Alex Ojika, Executive Director of the KU Foundation, back to the podium to present this year's award.
Thank you again, Ann. On behalf of the Kutztown University Foundation and our Alumni Association, it's always an honor to present this award on opening day. It is my privilege to present the Arthur and Isabel Wiesenberger Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching to Dr. Lisa Frye from the Department of Computer Science.
Before we move on to our keynote address, I want to direct your attention to the screen as we revisit the 2017-2018 academic year at Kutztown University. And it is now time to introduce our keynote speaker for the annual State of the University Address. Please join me in welcoming Kutztown University President, Dr. Kenneth S. Hawkinson.
Thank you, Ann. Good morning, and welcome to the 2018 Faculty and Staff Convocation and Celebration. My thanks to the prior speakers for their remarks and for their dedication to our institution. Our foundation is making great strides in increasing funding to support our students and faculty, and the new hotel will be a boon to the entire Kutztown community. It is truly amazing that we have gone from an endowment of $19 million in 2015 to $31 million today. My thanks to Alex and all the staff in the foundation and the Alumni Association. And despite our difficult economic situation, as Terry Brown just shared, we continue to do all we can to address our maintenance needs, improve our facilities, and to make our campus beautiful and inviting to new and current students and employees. We're very excited about the state system authorization for a new Lido Hall, a new visitor center, and will soon receive funding for a full renovation of DFRAN. It is my pleasure to welcome all the new faculty and staff who are with us today. Anne Maria and I enjoyed having you all over at the reception at our house this past Tuesday. This is a wonderful place to live and work, and we thank you for joining our community. I would like to again acknowledge our Council of Trustees members for all they do for our university. My thanks to Tom Heck, Jolyn Haney, and Bob Graham for being here this morning. And thanks to Provost Ann Zayas, the day may come. And thanks to Provost Zayas for serving as MC for this event. And let me acknowledge my office staff, Toya Hayward, Pam Rex, and Amy Reidenauer. Would they please stand? They do so much for all of you, and most certainly for me. I believe that the purpose of this gathering is to celebrate the accomplishments of our faculty and staff and to update you on the significant happenings of the university and our progress in moving the university forward. Now, you're all aware of the President's or University Checklist, the 53 initiatives that were established when I arrived and that are now embedded into our strategic plan. The initiatives fall into the areas listed on the screen. These initiatives were assessed in the spring of 2018 and were presented to our Strategic Planning Committee and posted to my website. I am now 2 months into my 4th year as president of Kutztown University. Can you believe it? And it is a good time to examine the accomplishments and challenges of recent years and what lies ahead in the coming year. We are very proud of the national recognition we continue to receive. Please see behind me the honors from this past year. It should also be noted the many programs on campus that have been accredited by national organizations as noted on the slides. It is a testament to the hard work of our faculty who prepare the reports and meet the standards of these agencies. Thanks to all those who put in the extra effort to ensure their programs are rated among the best in the country in their field. As I've explained in previous years, we have developed an enrollment management plan and put great effort into expanding our markets for recruiting new students. We are all aware of the challenges we have with regard to demographics. There are fewer 18-year-olds. That there's increased competition from other schools. Do you know that there are over 160 four-year institutions in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? That's a lot of competition, not even including all the programs that are online. And of course, we have the challenge of increasing costs. But our efforts in enrollment management, our new branding efforts, it's good to be golden, the attractiveness of current and new programs, and the tireless effort of our university community have resulted in higher numbers of applications and deposits from new students this year. As of yesterday, for the first time in 8 years, we are up in overall students by 1. It changes every day. We have to stay up. We are up in new student enrollment for freshmen. International and graduate students were about the same in transfer students. We're grateful to all KU faculty and staff who assisted with the recruitment efforts this year. But our efforts are not over, as the numbers will change until the freeze date of September 17th. Let's do everything possible in the coming days to ensure that the overall enrollment is up this year. We are so close. Our incoming freshman academic profile has improved in recent years, and at this time, the high school GPA is 3.20 of incoming freshmen, and the SAT average is 1061. As I explained in the past, we are evaluated by the state system partly on the quality of our students. Our retention rate has improved to nearly 76% from 74% last year and 73% the year before. Our persistence rate has risen 1 point to 66%. Our 4-year graduation rate has fallen 1 point to 38%, and our six-year graduation rate is steady at 53%. Final numbers will be available after the freeze date. Our new scholarships have helped in the increase of high-achieving students. On the slide, you will see examples of new scholarships that we have developed. This year, the university will provide over $3,227,000 in institutional financial aid, up $700,000 from the year before, and up $1.9 million from the 2016-2017 school year. We are investing in our students. Now, as you have heard earlier this morning, our foundation has over 800 scholarships available and gave out 123 one-time awards this year. Last year, the foundation spent just under $1 million to assist our students. As we go into next year, we will devote additional resources to help our students. Our 2-year housing requirement is fully implemented. Our research shows an increase in retention when students reside on campus for the first 2 years. Now that the requirement is fully in place, I can report that we have nearly 100% occupancy in our residence halls. This not only brings additional resources to our auxiliary budget, which allows us to reduce housing rates this year, but more importantly, it will contribute to a higher retention rate for our students, leading to higher graduation rates. Kutztown University must continue to innovate and offer new programs that will attract students and prepare them for both life and for the workforce. This past year, the following new programs have been approved or put into place. In addition to the many new programs, I'm delighted to acknowledge that the first doctoral students graduated from Kutztown University in the Doctor of Social Work program in May of 2018. I encourage departments and colleges to initiate new courses and programs so that we can meet the emerging needs of our students and of our society. Over the last 2 years, an enormous effort has been put forth by many faculty, staff, students, and administrators to redesign our general education program. We believe that this redesign was essential to our success in recruiting and retaining students. My thanks to the many groups and individuals who worked so hard on this initiative, and to those who have provided important feedback. Kutztown University received a $4.9 million grant from the U.S. Small Business Administration to serve as the new site of the Pennsylvania Small Business Development Center lead office, effective July 1st. It is very impressive. Actually, the additional grant money has come in, putting the total amount of funding at over $9 million as of today. The PA SBDC lead office is responsible for the financial and programmatic oversight of the statewide network of 18 colleges and university-based centers and more than 90 outreach centers throughout the Commonwealth. The lead office had been headquartered at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business for the previous 37 years. KU competed with other prestigious universities to earn the new lead designation. This initiative will result in many assistantships and internship opportunities for our students and collaboration possibilities for our faculty. My congratulations to Ernie Post, Jeff Werner, and the many others who contributed to this very, very impressive project. Now, you may recall that in 2016, we established a new planning initiative for the allocation of resources. The first 2 request years were very successful as we garnered nearly 180 requests from across the campus, and we were able to allocate nearly $2.4 million in support of these wide-ranging initiatives. Please note that these and other projects also receive funding from the requesting department, college and unit, and VP division. The total from all these sources was $3.7 million. An integral source of funding for these initiatives comes from our gain-sharing process, which returns a portion of excess funds at year-end to a central account. We were able to recover $370,000 this past year, and thus far have allocated $325,000 for new projects. A total of 56 new requests from departments and individuals were reviewed and prioritized this summer, with 39 requests being funded for the coming year at a total cost of $2.3 million. A significant amount of the approved requests will provide resources to renovate existing academic spaces and enhance our current technology in order to help with recruiting, retention, and overall student success. On the slide are listed a number of the projects selected for funding. I continue to meet with numerous units, offices, constituents through the course of the year. My schedule is provided to the Council of Trustees before each meeting and is public record for anyone to review in the trusting meeting book that is available in the library. Anne Marie and I continue to host around 100 events at our home each year. The 4th faculty art exhibit is being put in place in the residence right now, with about 25 works on display, and faculty continue to submit their books for display on our bookshelves. Numerous people visit our house and view the art and books each year, and we are delighted to display the talent and the scholarship of our faculty. In the coming year, I will continue to host a monthly open office hour so that anyone can come and speak to me on any topic. We have in place a number of roundtable advisory groups, and these groups continue to meet and provide important advice. Of course, I meet with leaders of the unions, Senate, and other campus leaders to learn of their concerns and suggestions to improve our university community, as well as meetings with area leaders in business and other professions, and I continue to serve on the board of directors for Hawk Mountain and Berks Encore. I am very much aware of the talent of our faculty and staff, alumni, and other stakeholders, and want to provide as many avenues as possible for the talent to be recognized and used to move us forward as an institution. Now, while I have summarized a few of the accomplishments from the last year, we also have before us some major challenges or projects for which we must be prepared. One of the most important endeavors we have been engaged in recent years was to prepare for the Middle States Commission on Higher Education Accreditation. My thanks once again to Dr. Carol Wells and the many others who worked so hard to prepare for this visit. Now, while the final report of the accreditation team had many positive findings, we were found lacking in 2 key areas. The first was Standard 5, Educational Effectiveness Assessment. This past June, Middle States issued to Kutztown University a warning with regard to our non-compliance with this standard. Warning indicates that the Commission believes that, although the institution is out of compliance, the institution has the capacity to make appropriate improvements within a reasonable period of time. The university has been given 2 years to make these improvements. A first monitoring report is due March 1st, 2019. Submission of a monitoring report is always followed by a team visit when an institution is on warning. On September 12th, our Middle States liaison and Vice President, Dr. Edna Corbett, will be visiting our campus to meet with campus leaders and faculty. On September 14th, Ms. Linda Susky, a well-known consultant on assessment and accreditation, will also be on campus to meet with faculty and campus leaders. Assessment provides a means by which we can improve all facets of the university. That includes, but is not limited to, the academic endeavors, the student affairs areas, the administrative offices, our processes and policies, and our facilities. Just as we ask our students to assess how they can improve their performance on an exam, on the athletic field, in the ensemble, in the studio, or in conversations with others, we must assess our own areas in the realm of student-focused approach. This involves having student learning outcomes defined and then assessing or measuring whether or not the objectives were attained. Middle States has indicated that we need 100% of academic programs to have defined SLOs and to be measuring them and assessing them where change needs to occur. So for academic affairs and the entire university, we have work to do. This is an extremely serious situation, and all of us need to work together to be a part of the solution. The second concern raised by Middle States, their visiting team, was our ongoing budget deficits and reliance on reserves to balance our budget. Middle States directed that our expenditures have to equal our income. We have drawn down our unrestricted net assets or cash reserves $18 million in the last 4 years, from $52 million to $34 million. And I cannot emphasize this enough, by both mandate from Middle States and directive from the state system, we cannot rely on our reserves to balance our budget going into the future. So let me move on now and talk about our budget situation. As you all know, we have many financial challenges in recent years, a major drop in state funding, falling enrollment. I remind you that we have gone from 10,700 students in 2010 to around 8,300 students today. You know, that's a drop of 2,400 students. If you do the math, in tuition and fees, that's about $24 million in income. We have rising costs in all areas, while doing all we can to keep increases as low as possible. Our tuition rates are among the lowest in the state. We have implemented budget reductions of nearly $9 million since my arrival, $11.5 million over the last 5 years, and we cannot cut our expenditures much more without significantly harming the support we give to our faculty and students. As I announced last year and the 2 years before, there will be no layoffs of personnel for reasons related to budget again this year. Past years, you applauded to that. But we continue to struggle. The good news, and this is very, very good news, the good news is that for the first time in 8 years, we will have a balanced budget this year without using our reserves. And why is that? Well, our improving budget situation is a result of an improved enrollment outlook, the 2.99% tuition increase, a 3.6 appropriation increase, the new campus support fee, and income from other areas. We have also had to make significant budget cuts, exceeding $2.5 million across the university. We are appreciative to the state, the Board of Governors, and our students for all increased contributions that have been made to bring about this balanced budget. Behind me, you will see the increase in income from last year to this year and the dollars associated with each increase. Vice President Silberman and his team will continue to present a budget update to our governance groups as requested or as updates become available through the course of the year. These things are very complicated. And so if you are part of a group and you do want to invite Vice President Silberman to come in, he will come in and explain all these things in detail. Last year, in my address, I spoke of the external reviews that have been going on at the state system and the resulting effort by our interim chancellor, Dr. Karen Whitney, state system staff, and the Board of Governors to redesign the state system. On the PASHE website, Chancellor Whitney explains what has been happening with the redesign over this past year. She explains the review gathered input from students, faculty, staff, university and system leaders, legislators, community leaders, and a national consultant. Based on that input, the Board of Governors established 3 priorities that are listed on the screen. The system redesign effort seeks to enhance efficiency and effectiveness by cutting red tape and already is reshaping the state system to be more student-focused and less bureaucratic. Thus far, the board has delegated authority to the chancellor to approve new degree programs, streamline the processes for facilities planning and real property acquisition and disposal, eliminated or updated more than 24 outdated, unnecessary, or burdensome policies, identified additional policy changes to provide greater flexibility to the universities, and launched a website to enable everyone to engage in the system redesign effort. You'll see the link behind me. The system redesign will continue under the leadership of our new chancellor, Dr. Daniel Greenstein, who will be visiting our campus on November 1st. As an academic community, we cherish the expression of free speech and the robust exchange of ideas. The ability to engage in academic discourse in an open, honest, and respectful manner is what makes us unique. However, in recent years, we have had groups and individuals who have challenged our values. I created a task force under the leadership of Dr. Donovan McCargill, Dean of Students, consisting of faculty, staff, community, and student leaders that established protocols on how to address these situations. We must fight speech that is inconsistent with our values with more speech that addresses our tolerance, strength, and our diversity and respect for all people. If you will go on the site on the screen, you will find the Bias Response Task Force website. That outlined protocols we will follow in responding to speech and actions that may fall outside the values of our community. We continue to ask that should any of you see something on our campus that is inconsistent with our values, please report what you have found to the address on the screen. Now, as I explained earlier, we have had success in recruiting new students to Kutztown University and will continue to work hard to increase our enrollment. But with a limited pool of students to recruit, we must keep more of the students who choose to come to KU. We have had many initiatives and activities with regard to retaining our students in the last few years, and a few examples are on the screen behind me. In addition, we have reconstituted the student affairs area, hired a first-year experience coordinator, put in place a first-year seminar class, established a 2-year housing requirement, and many of our departments and colleges have developed retention plans and/or activities. The first time I spoke to the University Senate, I pointed out that if we could retain just 3 more students per department, it would mean an additional $1 million a year in tuition and fees to help us pay our payroll and to cover our other expenses. In the coming year, I would like to focus on the following initiatives or best practices that lead to higher retention rates for our university. I would like to increase the number of student athletes. Student athletes retained at a rate of 85%. Increase the number of international students. They have a retention rate of 75% here at Kutztown. I'd like to increase the number of out-of-state students. They retain at a rate of 79%. I would like to increase the number of jobs on campus for students. Do you know students who have a job on campus retain at 92% because of the wonderful relationships they develop with their mentors on the job? I want to continue to increase the academic profile of our new students. Better prepared students are retained at a higher rate. For example, our sesquicentennial scholarship recipients retain at a rate of 94%. And students who have over 1,100 on their SAT retain at 85%. I want to ask all students to identify a club or activity to be engaged in as part of the admissions application. Students who are involved in a club or an organized activity retain at an average 85%. As an example of how retention efforts in this area can lead to student success, 10 years ago, when marching band director Dan Neuentrander came to KU, there were 75 members in our marching band. Today, we are at the highest number in history with 171 of these students, and they retain at a rate over 90%. Dan, are you here? Well, thanks, Dan. We need to increase the size of our honors program, and we have been increasing the size. And we need to provide more support for our honors program. Honors students retain at a rate of 84%. We need to increase our financial aid, and we are increasing our financial aid for our current students. We lose too many students for financial reasons. We need to identify majors and programs with the highest retention rates and increase our support for these areas. We need to employ aggressive advising for students who have academic difficulties. We need to develop a mentorship program for freshmen, and we need to invest in additional programs that bring faculty into direct contact with their students. The greatest success in increasing retention rates is to increase the opportunities for students to have direct interaction with their professors and other university personnel, such as coaches, student affairs personnel, and office staff. The reason students retain higher in these categories is most often tied to their opportunity to have this direct and personal relationship. In my inaugural address, I referred to David Brooks' thoughts on this subject, written in his book, The Social Animal. Brooks writes that many students learn best through imitation, by being mentored by their professors in the recital hall, the art studio, the science or computer lab, the athletic field, in the residence hall, in the field experience, on the study abroad trip, the internship, the student teaching experience, and in the classroom. We have recently been recognized nationally for our summer KU Bears research program, wherein students are given a stipend during the summer, so they don't have to work, to serve as research assistants to faculty. We need to expand this program and replicate it across our campus. This personal attention needs to be stressed across campus, in every office by every employee. And I know that all employees strive to provide a good educational experience for our students, but we need to continually renew our efforts to help our students fulfill their dream of earning a college degree. We have had many accomplishments last year and many challenges, and I look forward to the accomplishments to come as well as the challenges. They are inevitable, but working together, we can meet them and come out stronger as an institution. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. We are moving forward more and more each year. As you all know, success breeds success. And there are few things more satisfying than feeling the pride of meeting one's goals and accomplishing one's mission. I pledge to work with the faculty, staff, students, alumni, community members, and other constituencies to do all in my power to continue to move the university forward, to ensure our sustainability and enhance the important role our university plays in our region and in society. Let us all strive to go forward with humility and a gratefulness that will join us together as we work to create an enlightened community and strong educational experience for our students. And so this concludes our opening day event. My best wishes to you all. Have a great year. It is good to be golden.